these guys here have already played their youth championships 50 years ago or something. But this year in 2017, the European Youth Championships of Bowling will be held here in Helsinki, Tali Bowling Stadium. Almost 150 players from 28 different countries are coming to compete on doubles events, team events, all singles, all events and masters. 7 days of total bowling action. Warmly welcome here to watch and enjoy the games. We have a few special offers during the games. So if you're not having the desired reaction on the games, you always can find it from our pro shop. We have 2 balls from Brunswick, the Ultimate Nirvana, which is a real strong one and goes a bit longer than the original one, but very strong in the back end. And then from the vintage series we have the Zone, which is a real control ball, goes very easily, starts early from the core and long continuous hook. A benchmark ball for everybody. Also a Radical series, we have the Guru Supreme, which is a real early hooking ball. If you are a speed dominant bowler, this might be your choice. The other one, when you need more backhand, is the Ridiculous. It's a real strong in the backhand, goes easily through the fronts and hooks hard in the end. Also DV8 series, we have a very strong VANDAL. This is almost everybody's favorite ball, very easy to play. And a bit stronger surface, long, strong, continuous hooking DV8 FREAKSHOW. I'll show how it goes.
Myös tulevaisuus on taattu, siitä pitää omalta osaltaan huolen Kuortaneen Olympic Training Centerin yhteydessä toimiva keilailulukio, jossa harjoittelee 12 tulevaisuuden toivoa. Nuoret ovat muuttaneet Kuortaneelle Hanko-Levi-akselilta. Tuleeko nyt täältä sitten se, sanotaanko meidän seuraava airu tuonne huipulle?
No kyllä näistä osa on ainakin hyvällä matkalla sinne. Et ikinä ei tiedä, mitä tässä tulee tapahtuu, koska keilailu on kokemuslaji, osittain myöskin. Harva on nuorena siinä tässä lajissa niin kuin huipulla, eli meitä on samassa maajoukkueessa niin 18-vuotiaita ja 40-vuotiaita ja hyvin sinne kaikki sovitaan. Että mä uskon vahvasti, että tästä ryhmästä tulee olemaan, niin kuin, jos ei maailmanmestareita, niin ainakin niin kuin maajoukkueen kantavia voimia vielä useita vuosia.
Valmennuksesta Kuortaneella vastaavat Pirita ja Juha Maja. Pirita osallistuu kesän EM-kisoihin myös kilpailijana. Juha on puolestaan maailmallakin arvostettu valmentaja. He kehuvat kilvan Kuortaneen olosuhteita.
Kyllä täällä on hyvä harjoitusrauha siinä mielessä, että silloin kun lukioryhmä treenaa, niin tämä halli on niin periaatteessa heidän käytettävissä ja muutenkin on mahdollisuus sitten niin kuin omatoimiseen harjoitteluun käytännössä niin paljon kuin vaan ikinä jaksaa ja tänne halliin mahtuu, niin sinne vaan.
Keilailu ei ole vielä olympialaji, se oli ehdolla Rion olympialaisiin, mutta putosi niukasti pois.
No ei kyllä, ja se oli itse asiassa aikamoinen pettymys meille niin kuin keilailuväelle, että vahva oli usko siihen, että me oltaisiin nyt sinne päästäisiin. Sehän olisi tietysti Suomen etu, ja meillä on hyvä lajiosaaminen, ollut kautta historian, niin se olisi etu meille, että me päästäisiin siihen olympiaperheeseen mukaan, mutta jos ei valita, niin ei valita. Laji jatkuu ja kisat jatkuu ja ammattilaisurheilu ja kaikki jatkuu, että ei se ole niin kuin ainut asia, mikä tässä on.
Kun keilailu lähitulevaisuudessa varmasti valitaan olympiaperheeseen, ovat suomalaiset valmiina niittämään menestystä. Kuortanekin tuplaa ensi syksynä valmennukseen valittavien nuorten määrän 24.
Istutaanko me vai ollaanko me seistä?
Me ollaan seistä.
Okei. Mä olen valmis.
2017 boys singles after the first squad, leader on the clubhouse, Giga Tala. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Fantastic bowling. 14:38. It's a great game.
My personal best so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
You put it in the good place.
Exactly.
And a 300 games, second on these events, so congratulations.
Thank you.
So you are pretty safe now, I would say that.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah, it's a miracle if you don't play in evening.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
What was your personal best before this?
1380.
1380. All right, fantastic.
Yeah.
Almost 60 pins more today.
Exactly.
Yeah, now you're getting on flames now.
Yeah, exactly. And I shot my first 300 ever. So
First 300
first
ever.
300 ever.
Rock and roll. Now we have a guy in a flames, so watch this guy in the rest of the games. Let's see how it's gonna go.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome back on the live action of boys singles semifinals. The qualification of the singles went so that Zika Zalar from Slovenia was the best. So he played 14:38. Starting with the 300 game. Second was Sydney Schrosk from Germany, 14:08. Third and fourth as a tie result, 13:84, were Emmanuel Jonsson from Sweden and Niko Oksanen from Finland. They played a 2 frames roll-off, which Emmanuel Jonsson won, so it will mean that Zika Salar and Niko Oksanen will play on the other semi-final on the lanes 21-22, which you see on the picture at the moment. And Sydney Schrosk and Emmanuel Jonsson will play the second semi-final on lanes 15-16. It was really exciting to the last frames. Brent de Ruyter was the fifth, just 2 pins behind Emmanuel Jonsson and Niko Oksanen. Also Alexander Nechipayev from Ukraine played 13:53, was very close to the finals as well. Jesse Ahokas from Finland was the 7th, 13:39. Robin Skans, 1 pin behind. Robin is from Sweden, was the 8th. Mattias Ankedal from Denmark was the 9th, 13:35. And with the same result, 10th was Philip Thelander from Sweden. Pyry Puharinen, who played amazingly last 2 games, was 10th at the singles and secured the all events bronze. The 4th Finn Lassi Aalto was the 19th, played 12:64. So it means that in all events the first 3 players are from Finland. Niko Oksanen won the all events gold, Jesse Ahokas silver and Pyry Puharinen bronze. But let's go back on these games now. So on the pictures, Emmanuel Jonsson opening the lane up for himself, and the left-handed two-hander Sydney Schrosk from Germany plays against. You will recognize Sydney from the red pants, trousers, whatever. Yeah. Okay, Sydney is trying very different kind of lines here, but it's more like a warm-up than real practice. These guys already know how these lanes are going.
And tomorrow the girls will play the same games, so 6 games of singles. At 9 o'clock in the morning starts the first squad, and at 1:15 p.m. starts the second squad. And we should be ready by the same time as today. So 5:30 starting the semifinals, and then right after that the final. Today will be also the medal ceremonies, not only the singles but also the all events. So after these games, oh yeah, now the practice time is out. We are going to the real action.
Singles. From Slovenia, Žiga Salar. From Finland, Niko Oksanen. From Germany, Sydney Schrosk. From Sweden, Emanuel Jonsson. The lanes are yours, boys.
Okay, now they are ready to start. So Žiga Salar will start on the lane 21. And Emanuel Jonsson already rolled his first ball, leaving the 4-pin. But now, the qualification winner from Slovenia, Žiga Salar. Ouch, leaving a washout. 1-2-10. And Sydney Schrosk leaving 6-8, I believe. There is both of the pins. Yes, they are. Emanuel Jonsson takes care of his pair, and Niko Oksanen now preparing for his first ball of singles semifinals. Starting slow, speeding up, and there goes the ball. Slightly on the nose, but leaving only the 6-pin. Sydney takes the one out. So he'll have now the... And Žiga Salar misses the washout. So if Niko Oksanen just spares the 6-pin, he'll have a 10-pins lead. And that's what he does for sure. So Emanuel Jonsson started with the spare, and Sydney Schrosk with an empty frame, and the same position is on the other lane pair as well. Emanuel's second ball, again to the nose. Leaving 4-6-10 at least. Žiga Salar, second ball. First one was very light. What is his second ball? This one is on the nose. Leaving 3-6-10. Now Sydney's second ball is a whole lot better. He made a strike for the second. And Emanuel has a big challenge. Probably takes just 2. Ah, that's a bigger one. Yeah, there was something else as well. Couldn't see all the pins. Yeah, that was 6-2 for Emanuel. Niko's second is in the pocket, but leaving the 10-pin. Žiga Salar takes care of his spare for sure, so he has now the empty frame and a spare. Emanuel Jonsson's third ball to the pocket, and he strikes. Strike for Emmanuel for the third frame. And Nico takes care of his pair now. Now Sydney working on a strike. Second ball is a strike as well, so he has a double now. Ziga Zalar preparing first ball was very light, missing the headpin from the right, and second one was on the nose. Let's see if he can make the adjustments. Yeah, he can. He strikes to the third frame. And Emmanuel also working on a strike. Ouch, that was real light. 210 and is 804. Hopefully 4, it would be easier. Nico's third strike shot. And there comes the strike. So Nico is now leading 10 pins. 10 points at the moment. Sydney's fourth frame. Missing the pocket slightly to the left. Leaving a 3, 5, 6. Emmanuel tries to spare it, but takes the 2 out. Ziga Salar out of the picture, but preparing now in the picture on lane 22. Works on a strike, goes quite far and doesn't come back early enough. Again a split for him. Sydney Schrosk takes care of his pair, and he is now leading about 15 pins. Nico has a chance to make a double. Quite tight line to the pocket, and again the 10. Emmanuel Jonsson comes to the pocket, yes, and there the 6-pin carry is also. So looks like Emmanuel has a good control on the lane 16, but the 15 is still struggling a bit. Sydney puts the pocket, but I believe 7 stayed because the crowd is so silent. Nico's chance to make a spare, and he makes it for sure, and has 20 pins lead. Sydney misses the 7-pin, put it straight to the mat, and gives now Emmanuel a good chance. Ziga Zalar has only 1 pocket shot this far. Now his 5th attempt. Ball speed looks good, and he hits the pocket. No, but leaving the 7. Well, still a easier thing to spare. Okay, Emmanuel, this is a big frame. If you make a strike now, you can make the match even. And he does. Emmanuel Jonsson. He has played real well today. Nico's 5th frame. There goes the ball. Looks good. Still leaving the 10, so just slightly lights, slightly. Okay, Sydney. Sydney doesn't give up and makes a strike to the 6th frame. But if Ziga Zalar takes care of his pair, And Nico takes care of his, so they still have the 20 pins difference between Zika Zalar and Nico Oksanen. Now Emmanuel Jonsson working on a double. If he makes now a strike, he will take a lead. And he does, and he does. Let's see who's the next Braveheart. Seems to be Zika Zalar. Working on a spare for the 6th frame. And again should be in a pocket, and it is, yes, and he strikes to the 6th frame. Sydney Skrosk also doubles, so that match is still exciting, very exciting. Nico Oksanen, who is the only one who has a clean game this far, but only one strike. Puts in a pocket, ouch. Yeah, 8 pin, that's someday, far long time ago, that pin costed a title of world champions for when the helicopters came on the games, and Chen Min Yang, or what was his name, won Raymond Jansson because Raymond left the 8 pin to the last ball. Nikos makes his spare and still has the 20 pins lead if Ziga doesn't double. Emmanuel Jonsson has now 4 strikes and Sydney Skrosko double. And Sydney leaves a big split after the double. So now that game is on Emmanuel's hands. Ziga Zalar, a big frame for him. Okay, Sydney's spare. He should try it, yeah, and he tried, but didn't make it. If Ziga Zalar now doubles, this game comes much more even. If he leaves something, then the 20 pins lead stands. And he leaves the 10 pin. Now Emmanuel Jonsson can make this game his own by striking now. Not a bad shot, and there we are. Nico Oksanen, 7th frame. Puts to the pocket, and the messenger takes the care of the 10 pin. That was a big strike for Nico. Ziga pretty much needs a spare now, as Sydney needs strikes now. Sydney's maximum is now 198, and if Emmanuel Jonsson keeps his ball on the lane, it makes a lot of pins. It's his game for sure. No, 9 miss is not enough. 71, 91, 200 with the 9, if I count it right. It would be enough for Emmanuel, but he makes a strike. So Emmanuel will go to the final, and most like, no, I won't say because I already talked too early. But still, Nico Oksanen has a 20 pins lead and working on a strike. Sydney makes a 9 down, and with the spare he's gonna have some 170 something. And Emmanuel Jonsson makes also the strike for the first frame of the 10th. Okay, but this game is still open. Antigua has left, I think it's an 8 pin. Nico is still on a pocket and now doubles up. And Ziga Zalar makes his spare. So Ziga Zalar's maximum score for this game is now 196, and Emmanuel Jonsson defeated Sidney Schrosk 232, 177. Nico is working on a double. If he makes one more, he's gonna seal this game, and he does. Now, if Ziga Zalar makes the last 4 strikes, he's going to force Nico to keep the ball on the lane or make a big count at least. Ziga makes his first. And Nico puts the ball to the pocket and seals the game. Ziga Zalar, who really had an amazing bowling day today, plays his last frame and going to have 170 something if makes a spare. And Nico makes also the second strike for the 10th frame. Going to play 230 something against Ziga's 164. Yeah. Last ball of Nico Oksanen. Okay, that's the first slightly light one, but he 235 and defeated Ziga Zalar, who played 164. So the final will be between Emmanuel Jonsson and Nico Oksanen.
Okay, semifinals are done. In the first one, Nico Oksanen defeated Ziga Zalar 235-164. And the other one, Emmanuel Jonsson, won over Sidney Schrosk 232-177. So in the finals it will be Nico Oksanen and Emmanuel Jonsson. The finals will be played on 17-18. And we will start the warm-up almost immediately.
So we will again have the 10 minutes of practice time. When the Nico and Emmanuel comes to the lane 17-18, which is going to be the final lane today. So they going to start the practice in about 2 minutes. So in about 12 minutes, we'll start the final of boys singles European Youth Championships 2017. There Nico Oksanen comes, and the smallest guy who is sitting there is the Pyry Puharinen.
Finaali siis pelataan radoilla 17 ja 18.
Silver medalist of all events, yes, with the glasses, Jesse Ahokas. So as I told, all the medals of all events came to Finland this year. Gold was for Nico Oksanen, silver Jesse Ahokas, and with the huge last 2 games, the bronze came to our own Tali mascot, Pyry Puharinen. And now Pekka is talking his important information, and right after that we're going to start the practice and the very exciting commercials and interviews.
We have a few special offers during the games. So if you're not having the desired reaction in the games, you always can find it from our pro shop. We have 2 balls from Brunswick, the Ultimate Nirvana, which is a real strong one, and goes a bit longer than the original one, but very strong in the back end. And then from the vintage series we have the Zone, which is a real control ball, goes very easily, starts early from the core, and long continuous hook. A benchmark ball for everybody. Also, a Radical series, we have the Guru Supreme, which is a real early hooking ball. If you are a speed dominant bowler, this might be your choice. The other one, when you need more backhand, is the Ridiculous. It's a real strong in the backhand, goes easily through the fronts and hooks hard in the end. Also DV8 series, we have a very strong VANDAL. This is almost everybody's favorite ball, very easy to play. And a bit stronger surface, long, strong, continuous hooking DV8 FREAKSHOW. I'll show how it goes.
Myös tulevaisuus on taattu, siitä pitää omalta osaltaan huolen Kuortaneen Olympic Training Centerin yhteydessä toimiva keilailulukio, jossa harjoittelee 12 tulevaisuuden toivoa. Nuoret ovat muuttaneet Kuortaneelle Hanko-Levi-akselilta. Tuleeko nyt täältä sitten se, sanotaanko meidän seuraava airut tuonne huipulle?
No Kyllä näistä osa on ainakin hyvällä matkalla sinne. Et ikinä ei tiedä, mitä tässä tulee tapahtuu, koska keilailu on kokemuslaji, osittain myöskin. Harva on nuorena tässä lajissa niin kuin huipulla, eli meitä on samassa maajoukkueessa niin 18-vuotiaita ja 40-vuotiaita ja hyvin sinne kaikki sovitaan. Että mä uskon vahvasti, että tästä ryhmästä tulee olemaan, niin kuin, jos ei maailmanmestareita, niin ainakin niin kuin maajoukkueen kantavia voimia vielä useita vuosia.
Valmennuksesta Kuortaneella vastaavat Pirita ja Juha Maja. Pirita osallistuu kesän EM-kisoihin myös kilpailijana. Juha on puolestaan maailmallakin arvostettu valmentaja. He kehuvat kilvan Kuortaneen olosuhteita.
Kyllä täällä on hyvä harjoitusrauha siinä mielessä, että silloin kun lukioryhmä treenaa, niin tämä halli on niin periaatteessa heidän käytettävissä ja muutenkin on mahdollisuus sitten niin kuin omatoimiseen harjoitteluun käytännössä niin paljon kuin vaan ikinä jaksaa ja tänne halliin mahtuu, niin sinne vaan.
Keilailu ei ole vielä olympialaji, se oli ehdolla Rion olympialaisiin, mutta putosi niukasti pois.
No ei kyllä, ja se oli itse asiassa aikamoinen pettymys meille niin kuin keilailuväelle, että vahva oli usko siihen, että me nyt sinne päästäisiin. Sehän olisi tietysti Suomen etu, ja meillä on hyvä lajiosaaminen, ollut kautta historian, niin se olisi etu meille, että me päästäisiin siihen olympiaperheeseen mukaan, mutta jos ei valita, niin ei valita. Laji jatkuu ja kisat jatkuu ja ammattilaisurheilu ja kaikki jatkuu, että ei se ole niin kuin ainut asia, mikä tässä on.
Kun keilailu lähitulevaisuudessa varmasti valitaan olympiaperheeseen, ovat suomalaiset valmiina niittämään menestystä. Kuortanekin tuplaa ensi syksynä valmennukseen valittavien nuorten määrän 24.
2017 European Championships boys team, the best young bowlers in whole Europe, Team Sweden. Grattis Pakkanen. It was an amazing day. How did you feel first in the semi-finals?
It felt really good. We bowled really well in the qualification today, and we had a good feeling and a good tactical from the whole team.
Yeah, and the final, it was quite a show. Yeah, carrying the team all the time.
Yeah, we kept our plan, just doing the same thing.
Yeah.
In the qualification and the semi-final. And it helped.
Yeah. You were quite fast in the adjustments as well. And yeah, it really showed like a great team bowling. What about tomorrow? You start in the morning. It's a party night.
I guess not.
Oh yeah, not yet. Okay, but I'll let you go to the sleep for a while and come back to the business. Congratulations, guys! You are really the best in the Europe at the moment.
Thank you. Thank you. Team Janne.
Team Janne.
Ja, ni kan skriva på finska.
Ja, vi måste ju ha Janne nu. Ja, snabbt som fan gubbar så hinner vi iväg.
Vad ska vi göra?
Skriv Janne, Janne och Janne nu. Janne.
Janne till land.
Ja, vi kör på.
Härligt Janne!
'Det är okej då.
Ja, Janne hade kunnat stava.
Janne Jonsson. Han kollar vad de andra tre hade skrivit.
Ja, han gjorde det.
2017 European Youth Championships and the best girls bowling team in whole Europe, Team England. Congratulations, girls. Quite a day. Did you think it's gonna be this way in the morning? Oh yeah, you knew it already. That's the way to do it. Did you have any challenges throughout the day? No, yeah, but those are the feelings that you are playing for. How was the final? What part did you think that you're gonna win?
When you threw the very last one.
Exciting till the end. Hey, please, girls, you can send your messages to the Wall of Fame and congratulations. Oh, yeah, sorry.
No. Luna. Stick one.
Here's another one.
Yeah, someone else right.
Sign it up then. Sign your names. Some big.
You see, it's a capital A. Someone want Richard's name?
Yeah, I'm Richard.
You can send any greetings you like.
To the hands in the air, girls, I think after that one. I do. Come on then, turn around, hands in the air. Come on.
Let's go, England, let's go! Let's go, England, let's go! European champions!
Okay, and welcome back. We are now almost ready to start the 2017 singles finals, where played on lanes 17, 18. Okay. Ah, yeah, on the picture, sorry, I was a little bit out. The guy on the right side who turned his back on us is Finnish coach Markku Veijalainen. Then another guy, the bald-headed, who has the mic in the hand, is Pekka Korpi, a long time
Hyvät naiset ja herrat,
of Finnish Bowling Federation.
juniorien EM-kilpailujen poikien singlen loppuottelu. Ladies and gentlemen, European Youth Championship Boys Singles Final. Emanuel Jonsson, Ruotsi, Sweden. Niko Oksanen, Suomi, Finland.
Okay, now we are ready to start the action. Emanuel Jonsson from Sweden against Niko Oksanen from Finland. And Niko, who was the higher seeded, has chosen that Emanuel will start.
Start rolling.
The game is on. Emanuel Jonsson prepares for his first ball of boys singles finals. Slightly jumping and to the nose, leaving the 4-pin. Now Niko Oksanen. He haven't missed the pocket many times during these games, and he has been dominating the all events all the time. Let's see how the final goes with Niko. Puts to the pocket, deep to the pocket, starting with the strike. Both of the guys were today very convincing when they found the idea of the lane. They really kept the balls in a pocket. When something was left, they spared it. Niko was struggling a bit in the last 2 games. In singles, he started very, very high games, starting 269, 222, 278 and 258. Then the 5th game was only 163, but with the last frames triple, he got this last game for as 190 and sealed the place as a 4th, tying with Emmanuel. Niko's second ball is on the lane, slightly high. Now it's his turn to leave the 4-pin. I believe we're going to have a real exciting final now. Both of the guys are hungry to win the gold. Emmanuel plays quite a tight line, misses the pocket totally, but he gets a strike. Niko's spare shot. He's using the plastic ball and plays to the center of the pin. So now Emmanuel has a spare and strike, and Niko strike and spare. Emmanuel goes to the 3rd frame whenever he finished cleaning his shoe and ball and drying his hand. So there is a lot of preparation to make a good shot. There he goes. Emmanuel already has 1 gold from the team event. And yeah, there's the showman is coming back. Whole lot of better than the previous one. What is the Niko's response? There starts his slow steps, speeding up and releasing. Looks quite high, and again a 4-pin. But the game is really young. Both of the guys played a 230 plus for the semi-final. But the final is a totally different thing. Niko takes care of his spares, scratches his head a bit. So I hope that scratching helped him to find the idea how to drop also the 4-pin down. Emmanuel Jonsson concentrating, working on a double. 4th frame. Nice, a good ball, and 7-10 was standing quite long. First went out the 7, and the messenger took care of the 10 as well. So Emmanuel has now spare and 3 strikes on a row. And Niko Oksanen comes to the 4th frame, working on a spare. This one looks a bit better. And yeah, now so Niko started the strike party. Emmanuel's big brother Benjamin has also played these games. I believe, if I remember right, also here in Tali, and won some medals, if I remember correctly. But now it's Emmanuel's turn to play the finals. Oh, but now he has 2 strikes, quite wide range around the first pin, but has now 4 strikes on a row. So, Nico, it's about a time to make a double now. Okay, played slightly more out, and the 7 is standing. Okay, again a 9 count to Nico. So now, in the half of the game, it looks like Benjamin is trying to escape. But half of the game is still to be played. Emmanuel Jonsson coming to his 6th frame. He has now the spare and the 4-bagger. And if he makes the 5th strike now, means that it starts to be a rush hour for Nico to start to strike. Quite tight line, and to the nose, leaving 3 and 6. Okay, Nico, just by showing your spare skills, you won't get the gold medal. Time to start striking. This one looks good. And again a 7. Ouch. Nico is playing now slightly bigger angle, not done. He played a bit straighter line in the qualification, at least most of the time. Emmanuel took care of his pair. And if Nico spares this one, as he does, they have now a 30 pins lead for Emmanuel. In the half of the game. Or 6 frames played, but the 6th frame was spare for each other. So that was an even frame. Emmanuel on lane 18. Working on a spare. Now he went much further outside. Yeah. Much bigger angle and leaving the 7. Pretty same way than Nico has done twice in this game. So maybe slightly straighter line carries the pins better now. If you go too close to the pins and hook too hard, that's one way to leave 7s here in Tali. There goes Nico again. Looks better. Oh, and again a 7. 3rd time. Nico hasn't missed the pocket, not even once. But he has now, but this far, only 2 strikes. Emmanuel for his 7-pin spare. And that's for sure. Nice pair. Very good. Nikos spare also takes care of the spare. And there is 3 frames to go. And 30 pins lead for Emmanuel. These guys are really hitting to the pocket all the time. Emmanuel missed once, but only got the 3 and 6 to spare, which he took care easily. And Nico has been hitting the pocket every time, still trailing 30 pins. But 3 frames to go. Emmanuel Jonsson to his 8th frame. Again, quite much further out. And Messenger is coming, and now, oh yeah, Messenger missed the 10, so now Emmanuel needs to spare the 10 pin. I think the Messenger felt off the table. It hit, but the pin setter got up. Okay, here we have a slow motion coming shortly. Let's wait till Nico takes care of his strike, hopefully, to the 8th frame. Looks perfect, and it is perfect. Yes, Nico wants to come back to the business. All right, there we see how the Emmanuel, no, not yet, but let's see how Emmanuel spares. Yeah, he does his spare. Both of the guys are very, very, very good at the spares. Yeah. So there comes the Benjamin's Messenger on the previous frame, touches the pin, but not hard enough to. Okay, 9th frame. Game is still on. Big frame for Nico Oksanen. Now a strike here would make his life and his final much easier to breathe. But it's about a time to double now. Benjamin still has his 4-bagger from frames 2 to 5. Nico throws, but it's straight on the nose. And now there is some nasty standing. The 3, 6, if I saw right, there's also the 9 and 10, so that's a hard one. Benjamin hits to the Brooklyn and leaves the baby split. So no, both of the guys have a tough spare to make. Yeah, I would even take rather the baby split than what Nico has. But Nico takes care of his spare. That was a beautiful spare and now puts at least some pressure for Emmanuel. But if Emmanuel makes a spare now, he can prepare to receive the gold. Oh, he takes the only one out. So he has now 193. And by finishing with strikes, Nico can play now 207. So it means that Nico is going to need now at least the double to force Emmanuel to make a spare. Ouch. Congratulations, Emmanuel Jonsson. You have just won the gold medal of 2017 singles event. Two gold medals in these events is a great thing to achieve. And now it doesn't matter where his balls are going. Nico puts some force on the ball. And so Emmanuel is now the two-time gold medalist, and Nico two-time silver medalist and one-time bronze medalist. Nico Oksanen played today 180 for the final, and Emmanuel Jonsson 213. Congratulations.
Euroopan mestari, European champion, Emmanuel Jonsson, Ruotsi, Sverige, Sweden.
I forgot Nico's gold. He has now one gold, two
Hopeaa,
silver and the bronze.
kakkossija silver medal, Niko Oksanen, Suomi, Finland.
This far. And day after tomorrow, they'll start the Masters. Tomorrow, the girls will play here the girls singles. So at 9 o'clock starts the first squad of the girls singles, and 1:15 p.m. the second squad. And the semifinals start at 5:30. And right after that, there will be played the final. So we are now preparing for the medal ceremonies.
Hetken tässä hässäköidään, mutta palkintojen jako pidetään
and singles.
Muutaman minuutin kuluttua, sanotaanpa 18:40.
Sorry, yeah.
There's a little bit time for promotion.
I have missed the names
but
of the
we will
brothers now
start
a few times, I think.
The medal ceremonies in 7
that
minutes,
not Benjamin
meaning
for the 5th time.
6:40.
Emmanuel, yeah, right. Sorry, brothers. Yes, okay, we have a short break now, and we'll be back in action shortly. Ciao.